Well, it's March 15th, 2022. Hey, to my subscribers, I'm thinking about switching to Rumble. And I know there's people out there that follow what I do. I was talking about how my window colonies have gotten really small, and I was waiting for it to warm up. It warmed up enough yesterday that I did 15 colonies. I split them in half, and I'll show you where I put the queens. Okay, this is underneath my spruce trees. That's south, and I suggested in a couple months ago in another video that I was gonna start putting colonies here. They get more sunshine during the winter, so I'm getting set up to do bees here, and this is the first time I put bees underneath these trees. And there's 15 nukes here that have those queens, and I was kind of wondering, was there enough nurse bees that the bees would stay with the queen? It's cold right now, it's about 30 degrees and windy, so they're not coming out. But anyway, of these 15, I went through here last evening and I checked, and I watched as I brought more colonies over here. I watched what the previous colonies were doing, and they were staying near the hive, going in and out. And I checked last night and there were enough bees. I have my insulated fillers. See? Nobody else in the world does this. It keeps the side of the hive warm, and it keeps the wax moths under control because they only got to maintain 5 frames. And there's no shim here. It's to keep warm. And this is a bottom board, no bottom screen. I'll give them a bottom screen later when it warms up. But anyway, let me pause this again. Okay. These are the queens that I removed, the numbers, and I've got it on paper which ones go where. But I'm gonna give them 2 or 3 days. So here's one that's, I'm gonna give them 2 or 3 days, and I'm gonna release the queen. I don't believe in allowing the bees to chew through candy or whatever to get to the queen. If you see no queen, how do you know that queen is actually alive? I actually release the queen, and I watch to make sure she goes down in there, and I watch how the bees treat her as she goes down in the hive. So like I said, in about 3 days, I'm gonna release the queens. So here's another one. And then after I release the queen, I'm gonna wait a week, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna check, see if the queen's laying. And at that time, that's when I'm gonna, and it's a pain in the ass, but I'm gonna switch these numbers out. And this right here number goes to the original queen. And I'm assuming in a week, that colony is gonna be large enough that I can take that bottom deep and fill it with some frames and take it over there and get those colonies more room. So anyway, I started at 1/4 afternoon yesterday, and I got as far as here. I actually did 15, and I ran out of time around 6 o'clock. The bees got too aggressive. So hopefully this afternoon I can do these 4 here. Okay, I'll pause this and I'll show you. It's a cloudy morning, and I don't really want to turn the light on. What I do is I remove the insulated fillers, take some frames out that don't have bees, set it over here, locate the queen, which frame she's on, and all the other frames, I'm starting a new colony with frames of bees from several different colonies. And then when I get a hive full, I see I did this one right here already. When I get a hive full of bees and the frames are all filled out, I take and I cage a queen from a small colony. Now see, the thing, when you stick a lot of different bees from different colonies in, they don't organize to kill the queen. They're kind of confused. But I do have that queen in the cage for safety reasons. She's on a frame in a cage. And in about 3 days, I'm going to release this queen, and I'm going to downsize the hive, remove that super. So that eliminates that issue. And I talked about having really small colonies a few days ago, March 9th. And they are small. So far, I have not found a dead queen yet. So this, just in a nick of time, I wouldn't have another 2 weeks to go. And see, what you do is, the bees that go here to the window of the light, you wait long enough, they cluster. See that cluster? And I keep this swept up so I know the difference between dead bees and live bees. Dead bees don't go to the window. or sick bees don't go to the window. I don't want sick bees. So the good bees, the healthy bees, end up at the window, and they get tired of trying to get out, and they fall down and they cluster. And they're easy to pick up. Okay, here, I'll show you how small these colonies are. And when I'm talking about YouTube and how I'm going to be switching to Rumble, George Orwell's novel, 1984, my puppy's destroying my comforter. To all you guys out there, I've been married 33 years, and sometimes you got to bite your tongue. My wife had talked about getting a dog, and I told her no, we don't have time for that. And she just goes ahead and brings home this puppy a couple months ago. She works 30 hours a week. She can't take care of the puppy when she's working. I've got two businesses, my beekeeping business and my electrical business. And she seems to think I sit at home on my ass doing nothing every day while she's at work. And this dog right here consumes about an hour of my time every day. That's an hour of time that I don't have for my bees. It drives me nuts, but what can you do? All right, back to... yeah, like I was saying, RT has been removed from YouTube. In a George Orwell novel in 1984. I've never read the novel, but I've watched the movie several times. And it really is the kind of world we're living in. And actually, the movie The Matrix, too, is kind of not really a science fiction. We don't have control of what goes on with our government. And they're telling us what we can and can't watch. And I used to watch RT on YouTube all the time. And I can't find RT on YouTube. They removed it worldwide. So I'm not going to be on YouTube anymore. This is going to be the last video. And you may find me on Rumble. But my opinion is everything now is controlled by the rich. And they control our government. See, here's a small colony. And you look for the queen. There she is. Okay, this frame stays here. And before these bees come off this frame here, I keep the medium separated. When I get enough of those, then I put a medium on top. But right now, these are all deep. So what I do is I just put it there. And then when I get this full, I will select the next smallest colony. I'm running out of small colonies. And I will combine it after I put that queen in a cage. Okay, so simply that's what I do. And hey, for all you guys... putting a queen in the cage, normally, yeah, I do the queen first, because a lot of times, I just had one, she didn't want to go in there. She really didn't want to go in there. But I get the queen in there first, tip this up and towards the light. Bees always want to go up, and they want to go towards the light. And after the queen's gone in there, the pheromone trail that she leaves will help get these workers in there. But trying to get a worker in there without that queen's pheromone trail is very difficult. But once you get the queen in there, keep that tipped up and keep a finger over the hole. And when you're not putting a bee in, close it with your finger. And then when you put a bee in, tip it up, put the bee in, and quickly put it back. And they'll all go up here to the top of the cage here, and they usually stay there the whole time you're doing that. And I can get this done in about like 40 seconds, 45 seconds, somewhere around there. Under a minute. I usually do it under a minute. I get about 6 or 7 workers in there after I put the queen in. Okay, that's long enough for today. And like I'm saying, I'm leaving YouTube. And you may find me on Rumble. Okay? Thank you.